Hi there, Liz Detterer back again. I'm the CEO of Selling with Service, and this is my second official YouTube Live. So I'm pretty excited about this. I'm getting the hang of it here. I keep calling it Facebook Live, but other than that, work with me. So in this training, we're going to be talking about how to create clients without cold calls, because who likes cold calls? And if you see me looking down, it's because I have my cheat sheet of notes in front of me, and you too can have access to this sheet. I'll talk about that a little bit more because we like forms. We like to fill things out. It makes it easier for us. So today we're talking about how to create clients without cold calls because cold calls are gross. Um, a few things you need to think about first. First of all, cold calls are gross. Nobody likes doing them. Nobody likes receiving them. It's just no fun, no fun, no fun. So, and the reason why nobody makes them as an entrepreneur is because we hate them. So there's that. And you still need to have clients in your funnel. What happens is that instead of doing cold calls and doing that kind of traditional phone outreach, people have gone the complete other way and they've avoided human contact and they're going right into scaling, online funnels, blueprints, all this other stuff, webinar crazy, confusion soft setups. It's insane. I've been there, done that. I've been in the online space for over 10 years now. I've seen it all. I know how expensive it can be. I know how convoluted it can be. I know that it can work. And I know that people scale prematurely and it costs them so much money, so much time, so much frustration. And they're really no better off than where they were to begin with. I'm just really annoyed at my quarantine here, but that's all right. So that's really important to recognize that just because you're not doing cold calls does not mean that you have to resort to an online funnel, Confusionsoft and all that sort of stuff, or do Facebook or YouTube or Instagram or something like that. I'm going to introduce to you a really nice in between if you're looking to grow a boutique client base. That's what we're talking about here today. And that's the other thing to consider right now is that how to create clients without cold calls. I call them clients specifically, not customers. To me, there is a difference. A customer to me is someone who kind of buys frequently, like I think a retail store. I think someone who's buying a product. I think someone who comes and goes. A client to me has more of service-based energy, someone who you're working with more intimately, someone who's commanding a higher price tag because of the level of work that you're doing. There's more of a relationship instead of just like, hey, Sally, see you later. It's more like, let's really dig in and talk about this kind of stuff, like whatever that would be, like health coaching, business coaching, marketing, web design. You're getting really intimate into their business, into themselves, and that sort of thing. So that's really where I distinguish between customer and client. And so, for purposes of this and everything that I really do, we're talking about client creation. So understand that before we move ahead, because the rest of it is really going to impact that. So the first thing that I'm going to say is kind of counter to what you might be expecting. There's 3 steps in what I'm going to share with you. The first step is you have to embrace the phone. And I do not mean that you have to start doing calls outbound of any kind. I'm talking about you can't avoid the phone if you're working with clients. You can't do it. They're people. You're a person. You have to build a know, like, and trust. And I don't know about you, but I don't know anybody who's ever clicked on a link from one video that they saw and paid $5,000 for coaching with a stranger. Like, I don't know anybody who's ever done that, right? When you don't have any street cred, when you're not, when you're like all of us that are building boutique businesses that that are commanding a very healthy 6 figures, but we don't want to scale to Confusionsoft levels, and we also don't want to just be getting by at the average that solo entrepreneurs are making, which is around 35,000 a year, depending upon where you live in the country. So we're in the really nice in between of a healthy 6 figures working with a client. You cannot ignore the phone. And that doesn't mean that we're doing cold calls either. What that means is that you have to have a really healthy relationship with being comfortable talking on the phone. And you have to have a way, step number 2 is you have to be able to reach people so that they'll want to have a conversation with you. So one is embrace the phone, and this is going to be from an inbound perspective, right? How nice is it going to be that your phone rings without any spammy marketing, Facebook ads, or any of that crap? So step number 2 is you have to have some sort of words, right, written. If you're not doing cold calls, where you can't, like, what are you gonna throw a line at somebody and reel them in? Like, right now, it's that hashtag social distancing, so you really can't do that either. So you have to have some messaging sequence to be able to communicate with somebody so that they will pick up said phone to call you and have a conversation. And you have to do it in a way that is not like the LinkedIn crap that we're getting right now, and the spammy stuff we're getting on Facebook, which is, join my group, and there's just nothing against groups, but don't add me to it. And the spammy stuff that says, I help people like you. And all of a sudden, then they're messaging you and download my free thing. And it's like, nah, dude, I'm all right with that. So you have to have a messaging sequence that is really human, authentic, genuine, and removes any sort of sales energy, because people are on the defensive. They are anticipating sales energy because it's everywhere, right? Everyone is out there, just like, I mean, these spammy messages are like the marketing version of pics. I'm sorry, they are. They're gross. Nobody wants to receive them. I didn't ask for that. Put that away. So it's not any of that. You have to get comfortable, understand that the phone is your friend in order to close a client with a comma in the price tag, someone that you're going to work intimately with. And you have to have a messaging sequence so that you can reach the person. And then the third thing that you really need is you need the ability, because this is the little hinge that's going to swing the big door. You need the ability, when you get them on the phone, to be able to command the conversation without turning it into a bait and switchy weird sales call, because that's not going to work either. You cannot have a genuine messaging sequence with someone and they're like, oh my God, this is actually cool. Like, I'm excited to talk to this person. Then you get them on the phone and you're like, so you want to buy my thing? Like, you can't do that. So you need the three parts. You have to embrace the phone. You need a messaging sequence to be able to reach out to somebody. And then when you have them on the phone, you have to be able to know how to navigate that conversation in a way so that you are commanding the conversation. It's an equal give and flow. It doesn't turn into a total rant session from any one of you, and it's not a total sales pitch either. It's a really nice in between of a professional conversation guided towards a desired outcome that's mutually agreed upon. So nice. And the cool thing is, I've already created all of that for you. All you have to do is go over to the Conversation Creation Challenge, which is a free Facebook group where I have all of the steps I just talked about laid out for you, even with the messaging sequence and the steps of how to find people, what you're going to say to them, and even the construct of what do you do once you have them on the phone. It's already done for you, 100% free. Conversation Creation Challenge. Pop over to that Facebook group, get the trainings. I'm in there often, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about it. But that's what you need to create clients without cold calls. You still have to be able to connect with someone, and you can use the internet to do that, so that you're not selling via messenger. You can use the internet to do that. You can get them to jump on your calendar to call you, whatever works, and you can have a really meaningful, impactful conversation that does convert without being in sales energy, in a totally human, authentic, genuine way. And I've created all of that for you in the Conversation Creation Challenge free group. Jump in. The training's already set up. The action guide goes along with it. You're good to go. Making sure that I've covered all of my dots here in the training. And I'm good. So thank you guys for joining. I love that the YouTube gives me the time that I'm live, so I don't ramble on for too long. It's like making me go a little faster here. So thanks, guys, for staying and playing, and I will see you in the next training. Bye. That's good.